Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space, but for me, it means having conversations that transcend the typical discourse. I want to take this moment to share something very personal with you. Over the past year and a half, I've been doing some healing and self-reflective work, and through this work, I've had the revelation that I identify as non-binary. With that said, I'll officially be changing my pronouns to they, them.
Get wacky on me. What the fuck are we talking about here?
I feel that this best represents the fluidity I feel in my gender expression and allows me to feel most authentic and true to the person I both know I am and still am discovering. In this first episode, I'm excited to share with you what this means to me and what it may look like for other people. I want to make it clear that I'm still learning and coming into myself, and I don't claim to be an expert or a spokesperson.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
And we are back. Yes, we're back. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing weekend. Today's video, we're going to take a little break from our daily brain decay, also known as TikTok, that we've all come to know and love, to talk about the mainstream media and some of these bizarre stories that I've been seeing lately. Oh, if you want to call it gaslighting, just straight up fake news, whatever you want to call it. I've got some examples to show you guys, and this is getting weird. So we're going to dive right into it. Before I do, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Become a part of the greatest community on the YouTubes. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. If you guys have started noticing, not even lately, but just how bizarre the news is getting. So, like I said, we're going to dive right into it. So, the first clip that I played was obviously this Demi Lovato, who was, former child star, had a, kind of a brief music career with a few hits, I guess, and is just trying to stay relevant, doesn't want to fall out of the limelight. So over the past year or two, this person's been doing everything possible to keep the attention on me, I need some tension. So the news comes out all over the place with this Demi Lovato's non-binary, they, thee, that. I don't know what that means. I know I should be studying up. I'm kind of ignorant on this. I have no idea what non-binary means. I'm a dummy. They, thee, that, whatever. This is all over social media, all over mainstream media, all over the news. Like it's some kind of big deal. So this is the headline of this article. Okay, it's written by Mary Emily O'Hara. Demi Lovato's non-binary revelation is more important in more ways than one. Huh?
Oh, God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Exactly. How... I'm not even going to get into this article. How is it important in any way that a has-been and a couple of never will be's is trying to stay relevant by saying this is like the third time she's come out with different things. She was gender queer before, and now it's just someone trying to stay relevant. So for them to plaster this all over the news, the mainstream media, it's so bizarre. So let's move on to the next story. Okay, so we all remember January 6th, what happened at the Capitol, and how AOC came out on her Instagram Live with this way blown out of proportion story. Turns out she wasn't even in the building, and the whole time this was happening, she wasn't there. She just wasn't there. She was in zero danger that whole time. So I saw this. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reveals she's in therapy following attempted coup at Capitol. So she put herself into you know what? And that's fine. I'm not trying to shame anybody that feels like they need to go get therapy. That's fine. This clearly isn't the reason. That's not the reason why. She's got obviously some serious other issues. That's not why. But check out what it says in this article. Okay, so I'm just gonna read these couple paragraphs here. This is Okay, Alexandria AOC says she's in therapy following the all-out attempted coup on the Capitol on January 6th, blah, blah, blah. Speaking to the weekly public radio show Latino USA on Friday, Miss Ocasio-Cortez said members of Congress effectively, listen to this, speaking to the weekly public radio show Latino USA on Friday, Miss Ocasio-Cortez said members of Congress effectively, quotation marks, served in war during the traumatizing event that had deeply affected lawmaking and impacted the legislative process. Served in war?
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she's doing. And clearly, that's fine if she wants to get therapy, to seek some help. But clearly, if she feels like when she was in a different building and was under absolutely zero threat that she needed to get some help because she thought she served in a war, yeah, she needs some help. The last paragraph just says, after the 6th, I took some time, and it was really Ayanna Pressley, another squad member, when I explained to her what happened to me like the day of because I ran to her office, and she was like, you need to recognize your trauma, Miss Ocasio-Cortez said. So, to say that because she was just on the same block the day that happened, that she effectively served in a war, yeah, there's something going on there that a little deeper than what we know. Anyway, so let's check out this next story. Like I said, this is just going to be a quick video. I just had to show you guys these news articles when I saw them. Okay, and I've already talked about this one a little bit, but this is the biggest gaslighting that I've seen from the mainstream media in a little while. Basically, what they're telling us is, don't believe your eyes. What you're seeing, your eyes are lying to you. So I showed one of my past videos just a few days ago. Joe, former Vice President Joe, was driving an electric truck at, I think, a Ford facility, and it showed him in the driver's seat. Now, we all know nobody's foolish enough to think that that guy's going to actually get behind the wheel and drive, especially a truck that goes 0 to 80 like that. The guy can't walk. He falls upstairs. They're not going to let him drive. So, fact check. Was former VP Joe fake driving a car with 2 steering wheels? So, the fact check says Joe was driving. So, I'm not going to go through the whole article. I'm just going to get to the bottom because it just explains what he was doing that day. Okay, so the ruling. This is from Newsweek. The ruling. Fact check. False. There is no evidence there was a second. So this is saying that, no, there wasn't someone else driving, because they said, yep, there was a Secret Service member driving the vehicle. They say, nope, that's false. There is no evidence there was a second steering wheel in the car then Biden drove. I think it's supposed to say that Biden drove. There's no evidence that there was a second steering wheel in the car that Biden drove, with the claims mainly being made by a right-wing conspiracy theorist website. And that's another thing I saw. Oh, conspiracy theorists, MAGA supporters are all saying that he wasn't driving. I'm at a lot. Check this out. Okay, this is from the YouTubes. It's Washington Post. You can see the WP right up in the corner. Washington Post. All right, so I slowed this down to like 3/4 or 1/4 speed. Now, all right, see the guy driving. Now watch. He's got you can see his arm outstretched because you can see the kind of the cuff of the end of his white shirt when he's driving. So check this out. Driving. See how his arm's extended? And you can see the cuff of his shirt right there, right above the mirror, just like he's holding onto a steering wheel. Okay. Move a little further. Driving. Yeah, there it is. And when he starts to turn, his hand disappears. Like he was doing a turn. Okay. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right, let's speed it up here. Come on. Sorry, I didn't realize it was slow. And they definitely played camera tricks with this too. All right, so watch this. Fortunately, you can't see through the glare on the window. Well, maybe you could. Huh. Now watch this. All right, Joe's driving in himself while he's rolling the window down. We know he can't walk upstairs. He can't do two things at a time. Okay, ready? Okay, see the arm extended to the guy right behind Joe's, the Secret Service agent. Yeah, there's his hand. There's his hand. Yeah, look at that. He's holding right onto his steering wheel. That's right there. That's right there in front of us. This guy is literally holding onto a steering wheel right there. You can see it crystal clear. Well, not crystal clear, but you see it plain as day. Watch him coming in. But, yep, there he is. Oh yeah, he's got a steering wheel right in his hand there. Bingo. There it is. All right. Sorry, didn't mean to beat a dead horse, but I still can't believe they're saying conspiracy theories and these are just right-wing, news articles saying it, and it's a Photoshop. How is that a Photoshop? This is from the Washington Post. All right, let's check out the next article. Okay, and real quick, I talked about this before too. So Tulsi Gabbard calls on Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to resign for anti-whiteness. So what Lori Lightfoot said what that is, she was only going to let black and brown reporters interview her for her two-year anniversary of her inauguration. No white people. I think we have a clip of a recent interview with her. I think. Let me check.
Wait. There you go.
At least a lot.
Okay, that's what I thought.
At least 500 pounds.
How much?
At least about over 400 pounds.
What movie are you in?
Why are you asking me what movie I'm in? I'm Bubble Boys movie. Why? Why are you asking that?
But how tall are you?
Taller? I'm about 100. At least. If I don't pay it, dude.
No. Oh, no. I apologize. That was the wrong clip. Someone was messing with the clips. I apologize. Sometimes my French bulldog gets up here and steps around on things and messes up. Wrong clip. I'm sorry. So we're just going to move right along to the next story. I mean, basically, we all know that clearly Mayor Lori Lightfoot has shown her true colors.
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
Okay, in this article I came across, I couldn't believe it. So it says, campus cancel culture freakouts obscure the power of university boards. All right, now basically what this is about is, it says how people think that college campuses are all these like far left indoctrination places, and then it says that's. Hey, let me read a little bit of this here. Hang on. It's basically saying that that's not true. They're more, far right. So it says, do American universities lack ideological diversity? Are they bastions of left-wing thought and hostile to conservatives? I mean, that's no secret. And I'm sure not every college is like that. But I mean, you look at a lot of these colleges and a lot of these crazy videos that come out of these colleges and a lot of these people that come out that are all of a sudden they're activists. And in early April, the Crimson, the student newspaper of Harvard University, published an article asserting that the university's conservative faculty are an endangered species, which quickly animated establishment concerns about the alleged lack of ideological diversity on American college campuses. But the right is not underrepresented in higher education. In fact, the opposite is true. The modern American university is a right-wing institution. The right's dominance of academia and its reign over universities is destroying higher education And the only way to save American university is for students and professors to take back control of campuses. Are you...
Hands. Are we the baddies?
Once again, my commentary in this video is not good. I know that. I'm just at such a loss for words when I see stuff like this. The right's dominance of academia and its reign over universities is destroying higher education. The right? Listen, I don't know. I don't never really consider myself right, left, anything like that. But the right, so some knucklehead like me just standing back and looking around, I can clear. See, it's just, this is what they're trying to pump into people's heads. All the things I've been showing you guys. If you say it and show it enough, people that don't think for themselves, that don't do research, that don't watch different things, you know, that aren't in some echo chamber, they're going to believe it. So, this leads up to the next two, and then I just got two real quick things to show you guys. So then you got people like Joe Rogan, for example, who he talks about all different issues on his podcast, and then you got Tucker Carlson, who talks about things that nobody wants to talk about or ask questions about. And these guys, Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan, get condemned at just about every show. Every podcast Joe Rogan has now, he's getting condemned and blasted in the media. Every night Tucker Carlson does a Tucker Carlson Tonight. The next day, the media, CNN, they're blasting him for something he said. Check this Joe Rogan thing out. So this is actually an NBC News article. It says Joe Rogan criticized and mocked after saying straight white men are silenced by woke culture. He said the 53-year-old former television personality ranted that straight white men would eventually no longer be allowed to go outside. So they're acting like this is absolute insanity for Joe Rogan to say something like that. He has no idea what he's talking about. Well, do you know every day if you go on Instagram or Twitter, you're going to see something like this? Petition to put cis white, I don't even know what cis, is that just a straight white guy? I don't know what all this new language is. Petition to put cis white dudes on a barge and float them out to sea. Oh, so Joe Rogan's wrong, really? You see this isn't the only one. I've seen dozens, if not hundreds. So how is Joe Rogan wrong and mocked and laughed at? Now, the beauty of this is this person, I don't even know what it is. This person that tweeted this out, it's a blue check mark too. A blue check mark tweeted this out. Well, someone saw this, had a response. Here it is. So, petition to put cis white dudes on a barge and float them out to sea. Response from Young Americans Foundation. We did that in 1944 and saved the world.
Got him! Got him! Oh!
All right. So this last one, I just want to show you guys one more clip and then we're done. So Tucker Carlson on Google. It's just Tucker Carlson's conspiracy obsessed Giuliani interview. Tucker Carlson's illogical shot conspiracy. Fauci responds to Tucker Carlson on shots. Fauci on Tucker Carlson shot comments. It's just this whole thing about Tucker Carlson conspiracy theory on replacement, voter replacement. That's what it is. It's because, listen, whether you like Tucker Carlson or not, usually what he says, you can look it up and it's not false. Like, you might not agree with the way he says it, but he's bringing up good points. He's bringing up good questions that nobody else is willing to ask, except Joe Rogan brings up a lot of these good points too, and then they try to silence him too with the shot, with what he just said about the wokeristas out there. So I just saw. Listen, I'm sorry this was a little longer than I'd hoped, but I just could not believe how bad media, mainstream media, these articles, social media is getting. So anyway, thank you guys. If you liked the video, like I said, if you liked it, leave me a thumbs up. I know it dragged on a little and my commentary on this was terrible. I'm at a loss for words or things like this. If you haven't subscribe, become a part of the greatest community on the YouTubes. We laugh, we have fun. That's all we can do in times like this. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys have been noticing just more and more of these insane stories, like Demi Lovato is the big headline because she's something them, or I don't know. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Peace.